per popular request, another Hodder video, because y'all cannot get enough of the Hodder collection. It's pretty awesome, I'll admit. So I had a question about all the different editions of Everything's Eventual, so let's explore. So item number 1, the purple one. This one was the easiest for me to find, the most readily available. I got mine on Abe Books. It was pretty cheap. Condition isn't that great, but it's not that bad either. So this edition is just Everything's Eventual. There's no other book in here with it. It is 538 pages. Let's see. Copyright 2002, paperback edition 2007. So this has a 3 in it. If you can see right here, 3. That means it's the 3rd printing. So that's this one. Next, let's see. We've got Everything's Eventual and 1408 in the same book. So the spine, this one's really kind of hard to find because there's 2 editions of this book. One of them has the Hodder font and one of them has a different font, and it is not part of this collection, but it still has this cover, but just a different font. So you have to watch. This one's really hard to find. It's got a similar ISBN. It's got the same ISBN of the non-Hodder collection one, and it will not have this spine. It'll be the wrong one. This one, let us check her out. All right, this one is a first printing. And let's check these out, 9/7, and so these have different ISBN numbers, and I've got all the ISBN numbers for all the editions posted on my blog. You can check them out there. I won't read the ISBNs off to you now, but if we go to the table of contents here, let's see. Oh, it does not, interesting, it does not say 1408 in the table of contents. Let's check this other one. 14 Dark Tales. Okay, so same table of contents, literally identical. Okay, and then it doesn't say. So let's just flip to the back and see if we can find 1408. What the heck? Interesting. It just says Everything's Eventual all the way to the back. Okay, on page 424 is the story 1408. And this one. This one. On page 424. Okay, so inside the cover, this is the exact same book. This is identical. There's literally no difference between these 2 books on the inside. On the outside, they're obviously different. They have 2 ISBN numbers, but even though this one says Everything's Eventual 1408, both of them have the story 1408 inside them. So that's interesting. Let's see what else. I think there's one more. There's one more Everything's Eventual. Where is she? Where is she? Here we go. Yes, it's this one. Okay, so you can tell at first when I saw this, I was not sure if it was part of the Hodder collection because the cover is very different than all the other covers. All the other covers have Stephen King like super big on them. Like let's just pick a random different one. Like all the covers look like this, big Stephen King. So this one has little Stephen King. It's the same font though on the spine. So to me, that makes it part of the same collection. Maybe people might disagree on that, but like it goes on the shelf, it looks good together. This one is Everything's Eventual, and it also says 1408. So they made a movie of this, and here is my theory. I could be wrong. I don't work for a publisher. My theory is when they came out with this movie, they published 1408, they published multiple editions of like the movie edition of the book that had 1408 in them, even though all the Everything's Eventual books, or 14 short stories, have the story 1408 in them. But these are the movie editions, and I think these are just movie editions from 2 different countries that they issued. One in maybe the UK, and I think this one might be Australian. I think this was the Australian version. Maybe I have those flip-flopped, but I want to say that when I was searching for this, I found several indications that this was published in Australia. I don't think this is the same. Okay, these 2 have the same ISBN number. Again, they were published at the same time for the movie. So they have the same ISBN, and I believe they're identical on the inside too. I said that weird. This is a 4th printing. But yeah, 1408 is on page 424. This is the literal exact same book. This one, this one, this one. They are identical inside. This was what was originally published with the Hodder collection. These two were added later for the movie, 1408, which I haven't seen. Has anybody seen that? And I believe that is all the Everything's Eventual editions. Now, while I'm here talking about it, another movie edition is The Mist. These were both published with the Hodder cover, but this one was Skeleton Crew featuring The Mist, and this one's just The Mist. And I believe that this one was not ever for sale. Like, it doesn't have a barcode, it has a sticker. I need to get that sticker off, but I'm terrified of removing stickers from paperbacks because I don't want to damage the actual book. Because there's like this film over the matte covers, and if you pull off the film and it's shiny like underneath, you've kind of ruined the book. But this is a promotional copy, so this one's pretty hard to find, but it's Stephen King The Mist by itself. It's green, it has a green spine. Doesn't quite go with the other ones. I mean, like, it's all right. It's all right. But this one, they published Skeleton Crew with The Mist in it, featuring The Mist. So let's take a peek. Contents. Where is The Mist? Where's The Mist? I'm exploring these with y'all. Skeleton Crew, Skeleton Crew, Skeleton Crew. I've never read The Mist, so I'm not real sure, but interesting. Okay, introduction. Page 10, The Mist, in the table of contents. Skeleton Crew is not a collection of short stories. So, it's just the chapter named The Mist, The Coming of the Storm. Legendary Tale of Terror is now a major motion picture for the international best-selling collection Skeleton Crew. Okay, I didn't know. This one's another collection of short stories. I am not a short story reader, so the last book that came out of Stephen King's that was a short story collection, I didn't even get a copy of that. I don't love short stories. I like getting like emotionally invested with the characters and reading the whole story about them, so just not my thing. That's why I'm like looking through these like I've never read them, because I've never read them. Not into short stories. I will eventually at some point, but it takes like, I have to be in the right frame of mind for it, etc. So anyway, there's those two, because there's another Skeleton Crew. This is the original Skeleton Crew. This is the original collection of short stories that was published with the set. So, original Skeleton Crew, movie edition Skeleton Crew, featuring The Mist, which is, these are going to be identical. And let's check out the ISBNs, 27, okay, different ISBNs, so that's good. Those will be easy to find. This one doesn't even have an ISBN, so it'll be really hard to find. But you can find it. It is out there. Some people might not consider it part of the collection because it doesn't have a barcode and the spine's a little bit different, but I do. Let's see what other editions. I've done Black House, The Dead Zone. Let's do The Dead Zone real quick. When I first got a copy of The Dead Zone, I got a really bad copy. This is my second Dead Zone purchase. I found it in my local bookstore. I live in the US. These are UK editions. I found it in a Second in Charles down the street from me, so that was super weird. But when I saw that it was obviously originally supposed to be this color, I thought, my edition must just be faded. So I bought it. I brought it home. And then I discovered that, hold on, hold please. There's another one. There's another one. Where is she? Here she is. So I originally got this edition, and it was super faded. It really was faded. So I thought that this was just a faded edition of it, but it's not. These are two different copies, and they have the same ISBN. They're just a different color. Don't ask me why. This one is like, and the reason I can tell they're not the same book, this one's not just a faded one, is you can see on this one the cover is white, and it's got hot pink print. This one, the cover is like a light coral color, and it's got dark coral. So it's more like, let's see, like from a Buick 8 that's got the like a lighter colored version of the spine color. Same thing, lighter color version. It's kind of hard to see, but I promise you, the cover is pink. It's very, very light pink. So that's interesting. You obviously do not have to get both. I'm a psychopath, so I had to have both. Plus, it was like in my local bookstore, and it was like $10, and I can't help But so yeah, I've got multiple copies of the same book. If you're not a collector, I don't even know why you're here. Why are you even watching this? Let's see, what other multiple editions do I have? I think that's it. I randomly, like, obscurely stuck these new hard case crime editions on the shelf because I have a gap here because I took my big copies of Do McKee out because I finally found the short copy of Do McKee, the little guy. A lot of people have the big, like, A format edition. I think this is a smaller B format. Maybe I have those reversed, but anyway, I found the smaller version of Do McKee, which fits well with this, and Lissy's Story is the other one. I found this right next to the Do McKee in my bookstore. Exact same edition, exact same ISBN. The only thing that's different is the font. On Lissy's Store, it's a different color. And it's different right here too. And also these have a butterfly right here underneath the Hodder emblem. None of the rest of the books have that. All of the rest of the books have the straight up H, except for Black House, which, you know, go back and watch my video on Black House. This is the only one that's got the Harper instead of the Hodder. I don't know what's up with that because obviously this is part of the same collection. Are you questioning me because it's Stephen King, Peter Straub? Wait. The Talisman. Stephen King as Peter Straub. The. Haha. Haha. What did I tell you? Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm not the publisher. The publishers who published these were psychopaths. They knew that we, as collectors, would freak out over these differences. And so they made them on purpose. It's the only explanation as to why they're so crazy. And to why Rose Madder is not Rose Madder colored. Why? I don't know. Anyway, that's my post for today. Bye.